Gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Mice Affairs Media along with Mice TV, where we are speaking to CVB executives. And in today's episode, we have Kai Dietrich, Head Strategy and Communications at Hamburg Convention Bureau. So, welcome, Dietrich, to our show. And I hope Hamburg is doing good. So, over to you for the opening statement to let us know how is Hamburg amid this pandemic and the situation there.
Yeah, maybe I won't say. First, thank you for the invitation. First, I would like to say Hamburgers maybe not good yet because we had some regulations and really the business was zero. But we had relaxation on July the 1st regarding events can take place in Hamburg again. And so there's hope and there's confidence that it might get better. And yeah, so we're on our way.
If you can brief us a bit about the government initiatives amid this pandemic on the overall situation.
Yeah, we had the relaxation about the regulations, what were the regulations, and we had in Hamburg. So from the beginning of July, events can take place again in Hamburg, and that means that we can host events up to 1,000 people outside the locations, and up to 650 persons inside the locations. But that depends on fixed seating, so that you can make sure who was in the room and what were the places, what were the neighbors in the seating. And if we don't have fixed seating, you can go for 200 people outside and 100 people inside the locations. But it cut by half if you have alcohol on your events. So then it's only half of the people allowed in the events. But of course, we have to make sure that there are distance regulations and hygiene concepts in place. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's a welcome step that you are allowing events and conferences with 1,000 people outdoors and 650 inside. Yeah, fixed sitting has to be there. So apart from this, from the convention bureau side, what is your strategy or the road to recovery for the mice business?
Of course, we have to make sure at first that all these hygiene concepts, health and safety regulations, and distance regulations we have now that are in place. All the professional service providers in Hamburg work on that to have these in place for our clients and guests. And then, as let's say, all expect that business will come back and will come from the inside to the outside. So we're focusing German and European business first, and after that we'll have the international business. But I think we have to do our homework first and prepare everything for our guests, and then we have to communicate how safe and beautiful it is to make events right now in Hamburg.
Sure, sure, that makes sense. Yeah. And another bite I want to take your views on the digital events. We could see, a lot of events are going digital or turning virtual. So, what is your take on that? Did you see any feedback, any voice coming in from the Hamburg, from the organizer of events, going into that mode?
Yes, there have been events which have been realized hybrid or digital, of course, because not all events could be moved to the next year, and some of the events have to take place right now, especially in the association business. And so it was a big boost for hybrid or digital events, I would say, and this will not go back. So we have to face it in the future that conferences and events will be hybrid or even digital. So we have to cope with that as destinations, and I think we will. So yeah, maybe we won't have that big events again in the future with several thousand participants, but maybe smaller one or decentralized, having conferences at several destinations simultaneously and connecting these. So that will be part of our business in the future, and I think we have to if we have to face that, we have to prepare for that, and we're in Hamburg. We are addressing these topics, and so we are on the way to prepare.
Sure, sure, sure. Good to hear that. And apart from digital, what other future trends, if you can see or predict, or you can brief us a bit on that?
Oh, future trends in general. I would say that the face-to-face events will never die, so we will have that in the future. To make that clear, I would say it's more about expertise. So maybe we will have move more to specialized smaller events than even getting bigger, 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 because topics are getting more important. We have different topics connecting now to each other because they are layers between different industries. For example, 3D printing or whatever. It's interesting for several industries. And so I would say we will move to more specialized, smaller events than to bigger events.
Yeah, sure. I buy your points of that face-to-face is never gonna die, and there will be more subjects for the convention and exhibitions coming up
Yeah.
in future. Yeah, really nice. And last, I would like to have your message, your key message for the industry at large.
Thank you very much. Yes, I would like to invite you all to Hamburg. We are prepared. Hamburg is safe, and it is possible to make events now in the situation. And we have to be brave, and we have to be proud, and we have to move forward as an industry and do our events and bring back the business.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much for your message for the industry, and I'm sure that this episode will give some brief information to mice planners worldwide about Hamburg. And on behalf of Mice Affairs Media Group, let me thank you for taking out time and speaking to us for a while. And thank you for attending the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.